What's up, Tank?
What up, baby?
How's it going?
Oh man, just vibing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What up, baby? What's the deal?
Good to talk to you again, man.
Yes, sir.
First of all, man, I just wanted to clear up and say, thankfully, we got past that, back and forth we had a couple of months ago about the direction of our music. We always support you through the years, and just wanted to make sure we got your back.
Oh man, we don't hold grudges around here, man. We
Cool, cool.
we uh we we get to the we get into what it is, and once we done with it, we done with it.
Awesome,
That's that's
awesome,
that's how I rock.
awesome. So first off, man, I want to say I really enjoyed hearing this new EP because you know us, that I got soul. We love that traditional sound from you, and we have for some time. So I guess where did this kind of come from? What made you want to do that?
Well, I mean, I felt like the elevation would only be good in pieces for certain people. You know what I'm saying? During this kind of time. And so, what's the backdrop or what's the soundtrack to people to where the family is all together, locked in together? There's the mom, the dad, there's the kids. In some
Right.
household, if it was like mine, it was the grandmother and grandfather and some uncles. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like we're all in here in this close space, in this intimate space. And where's the vibe for that? That we can all, no matter what, it can fill the space for all of us. And so,
Right.
that's kind of what that is. So while you wait is like a thing where like, while you wait for everything to get back to normal, whatever normal is going to be after this, while you wait for whatever it is, whatever this process means to you, here's a soundtrack for it. Here's something soothing to ease some of the stress or relieve your mind, whatever it can do for you. While
Right.
you wait, this is what I got for you.
You definitely delivered on this one. All of our readers are loving it. They love that sound from you. And what's interesting to us is you're one of the few who can actually do this while being in quarantine because you're the triple threat: songwriter, producer, vocalist. A lot of artists only have one of the three or maybe two, but you could do it all yourself. Is that kind of what also helped you get this out so quickly?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, thank God for technology now with Zoom and all these things where, if you need to try and figure out how to write with your producer or figure out how to,
Yeah.
Get your favorite writer to, put his stamp on whatever you're doing, you can do that. But I mean, like you said, I can put this together, tracks, songs and all in 5-6 days and, call my guy Gazi and say, hey, I need to get this up. You know what I'm saying? What you
Right.
got? And say, cool, let's do it Friday. And
Yeah.
it's that simple. And it's not just even the creative part, but I'm the owner. I own Tank. You know what I'm saying? So I can pretty much move however I want to move. You know what I mean? And that's something that I worked hard for and I fought for, that ownership.
Now I got to ask, how has the response been? And the reason I ask that is because, a lot of times in the past when you put out some more traditional music, especially I guess 5-6 years ago, it wasn't getting the love it deserved. And you were vocal about it at the time. So how has this project been received so far?
I will say the reception of it has been really good.
Mhm.
And for me, this time around, just being traditional wasn't necessarily about the numbers.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean? It wasn't about the success of it. It was really about the moment and whoever I could help at this moment.
right.
And I would have, I'll be happy with 100 people. I'll be happy with 100,000. I'll be very happy with 100,000.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, I was happy. I did it for something totally different.
right,
And so, before when business played more of a role in it, as you are exhausting a budget, as you do have a company with the whole building and floors attached to it, you
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying, and people asking for it, and then you deliver, and and no one shows up when there's more on the line. You
Yep,
know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to feel away. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
for me, it was like, no, there's no pressure on this. There's no
right,
pressure on this. This is just me, my art, and the people that hopefully enjoy it.
right. But I did catch the lyrics on the song "My Lovers," talking about missing hearing love songs and things like that. Was there any meaning behind that one, especially?
Yeah, I mean, not a hidden meaning. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's Black Love on mainstream radio?
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah.
is it? I mean, we got everything else black. We got the hood. We got drugs. We got killing. We got all, and let me not just equate that to black people, but our hood experience is mainstream.
Right.
Why not our love?
Right. Fair enough.
And not even saying, let's get rid of the hood experience. I'm from that place. I get it. It's a soundtrack to some of the things that I've experienced. And when I'm in the club, I need that. You know what I'm saying? I need them to throw on something that's going to make me, tap into, my inner bank robber. I got it. You know what I'm saying? But also, I just want a little balance. Like the fact that we can pick out Ella Mai, her R&B song, and say, well, they played Ella Mai. The fact that we can say one person or pick out two in an entire year that had a successful run on mainstream radio is just not cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not cool.
Totally agree. So we're in a strange time. I mean, what's interesting about you though is you're doing your part to keep R&B in the mainstream because you're one of the few artists who are left at a major. You're getting hits at radio when most R&B artists can't do it. So I feel like I'm just amazed at how far you've been able to take this, and I really have to give you props. You've reinvented your sound. You've come with different styles and really been super successful, man. I mean, did you ever think you would be able to make it this far and take it this far like this?
No. No, I didn't. You know what I mean? Be honest with you, I'm just a competitor. You know what I mean? It starts with me on the field. And when you go out there on the field, you know what I'm saying? Like, you aim to win every game.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's your goal. That's why you prepare. But ultimately, it boils down to your performance and how you received. And so, I can't take all the credit for that. You know what I mean? I have to give that to the people who supported me. From the fans all the way to my partnership, with Atlantic Records. I've been there since 2010. And they didn't get into business with me to see what happens. They said, we're going to figure this out and we're going to win. And when you have a partner like that and fans like that, I mean, you can't do nothing but thank God, man.
Right. I see some of the comments in here. So, someone mentioned can't complain about R&B and then not support it. And unfortunately, we do see a lot of that, and I always think about when a lot of times when we feature your music on the site, people complain because they're used to the original Tank, and not only you, many artists who evolve. They're not willing to see it in a new light, understand artists evolves. They're doing what's on their heart, and so for you as an artist, how do you approach your fans, the ones that grew up with you from the beginning? Maybe I Deserve and One Man, songs like that, and now you're doing something different. Who are not willing to accept that? Have you seen any of that?
You expect it. You know what I mean? You are kind of, you're changing the packaging on ketchup. When you walk in, we walk in the aisle looking for some ketchup, you looking for that. There's a distinct thing that you've known since you were growing up. And so then you walk in the aisle and ketchup don't look like ketchup no more. Like, what is this? This ain't no ketchup. You know what I'm saying? But, if you buy it and take it home and actually put it on the hot dog, you're like, this is ketchup. It just altered the packaging a little bit to, to maybe catch the eye of more people because I got you already. And guess what? I still have something for you. But guess what? We need more people. Right? And so as I evolve, I'm not evolving as in, ooh, let me hear what's happening, let me do this. I'm part of the evolution. I help write and produce for everybody, for all of these moments. You know what I mean? For all the young kids, I'm in that. So an evolution for me is not forced. An evolution is, this is just where I am. This is just honestly what I'm in. You know what I'm saying? When I'm dropping the When We, you know what I'm saying? I'm touring strip clubs. That's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe I'm in. You know what I'm saying? There's dollars going up in the air. I'm getting hella change. You know what I mean? So I want people to know that as I add colors to this rainbow, the colors that started the rainbow are still there.
Right.
They haven't gone anywhere. Have you ever, come to a concert, come to a Tank concert and see it all. Not just one thing, but see it all. You know what I mean? R&B music was created to change the world. It was created to affect the world. And so that sound is not always the same. That lyric is not always the same. That melody is not always the same. But if
Right.
it's from your heart, if it's that blues, it's
Right.
R&B, man.
100%. But I will say, man, you know, people never appreciate your song, You're My Star. Now, that
Oh man, I
best
wanted that
songs,
one.
that was one of the best songs I heard in all the 2010s. And you know, everyone on we do work on the site with agrees. That was a masterpiece, and I just feel like people didn't appreciate that one, man. You
Do
know?
you know what? The strings and the red tape we have
Yes,
to go
yes,
through to get that
yes.
song done. That is Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael
Oh,
Jackson, man.
man.
You know what I'm saying? And then to get the guitars directing it, and I gotta learn choreography. So I'm in choreography for 42 hours a day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Trying to make sure I don't look old. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like it was a moment where I was like, you know what? They are going to appreciate me calling them stars instead of being called bitches all day.
Hmm.
And I wanted that one. I
I know.
wanted that one.
Amazing song, a masterpiece.
Thank you, bro. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you like. You're my star, man. Shit.
I got to give you props too on the new album, Elevation, man. You know, not
Thank
only
you,
did you
brother.
have Sean Stockman on there, you had Keith Sweat. I mean, you're reaching back to some of these legends, and we just talked to Sean, and he was so complimentary of you reaching out to him, man. I mean, you guys did some great work on 2 albums.
Yeah, I mean, Sean is like, you know, he's a hero for me, man. So
Yeah,
he's a staple. He's more than a legend, man. He's fabric for R&B. You know what I'm saying? And so anytime I have something, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I'm hearing something, you know, I'm like, ooh, that feels like Sean right there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I'll even throw some of his like runs and his textures. Like I stole a lot of that stuff, man.
yeah.
You know what I mean, from that guy. And also we looked up to one of the same singers. Um, in a guy from Commission, you know what I'm saying, Mitchell. So, you know, we got some of the same things, and I took a lot from him. So he's just like when we got on the first song, he walked in the studio. And he's like, "So what am I singing on?" And I said, "Okay, well, shit. Let's pull." You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah,
Sean Stockman says, "What am I singing on?" You better pull some shit up
yeah.
and be ready.
That's wild, man. That's wild. So I saw that where you mentioned you might be adding more songs to this EP. Is there more to come during this whole quarantine thing, or you know what can we expect?
I put out a challenge. And I said if I get 1,000 yeses, I'll do more songs. And I honestly did not expect to get 1,000 yeses.
Oh man,
And I got 1,000 yeses, so now I got to do more songs.
yeah.
And I did one already, which I added Ashley to, Ashley J.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm adding more songs. So, you know, I'm giving this a little time so everybody can digest this, and then I got more coming for you. So
Right. Awesome.
while you
Awesome.
wait for more songs,
Yeah.
listen to While You Wait.
Awesome, man. And let me just ask you, like, how are you taking this whole thing as an artist? You know, being in quarantine, not being able to touch fans, being on stage, because we've seen you live a number of times, man. You're so engaging with your fans, an amazing performer. Like, I know you love being on stage. How are you handling this?
I mean, you know, I get on my live and hang out, you know, with people,
Yeah,
many
yeah,
people as I can. I've been to club quarantine a lot with
yeah.
DJ Nice. I'm there a lot. I get to really like, I don't think people, or men for that matter, really understand what it means, and people to do what I do, to be home.
Right,
And not just be there, sitting there, you know what I'm saying, hanging around, but actually being involved in the home process.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like, to whatever your wife needs, to whatever the kids needs, to cooking, cleaning, to washing clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
being home. Like I'm home and I'm enjoying being home. From a business side, like I said, I'm an owner, so I have advantages. You know what I mean? That most artists don't have. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I'm able to own a writer, a producer. I'm able to leverage my catalog and do certain deals. I'm able to put out an EP, you know what I'm saying, and charge almost nothing for it, you know what I'm saying,
Right, right.
and like I'm able to do certain things that a lot of people, you know, in my position can't do. So I'm thankful for that, man. I don't know, man. We're trying to come up with creative ways to still deliver the music to still deliver the live performance, because that's what people crave from R&B music. So we're you know, we're talking to some people and trying to figure out how to do it the right way, because I
Right.
just feel like, you know, R&B is up against so many things already. The last thing we need is poor quality.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying, I want to get our performance value in this space on a level, and that's what
Awesome,
we're
man.
working on right now.
Hope you can make that happen.
Yeah, I think we can.
And then just one last question before we get out of here. You know, Sex, Love, and Pain, personally, it's one of my favorite albums of all time. You know, I grew up listening to it. It hit me in a certain way. You know, I could feel the songs. But what I want to ask you about the album is, you know, we've talked about it before. What's a song on the album you felt could have been a single that wasn't chosen for a single? Like you felt it really could have taken off?
Sex, Love, and Pain, the first one.
The first one, yeah.
You know what jumped off? I Hate You.
Mm.
I Hate You jumped off. I would do that song in concert and they would go crazy. I added a little interlude at the end, and they really loved that song because it was so true. You know what I'm saying? About how that love and hate works all at the same time when you're dealing with a particular person. You know what I'm saying? That's one. That's one that I wish Heartbreaker would have been bigger as a single. But I Hate You could have been something.
Right.
It could have been something.
Awesome. I like that one too. I saw someone mention Wedding Song in the comments. That one too. That one was awesome too.
Wedding Song was Wedding Song was about my life. Oh my God. Yes.
But let me ask you this: how can you perform these songs if you're not living that anymore? Like you're happily married, you have, you know, with kids and a family. Are you still able to perform these songs that talk about your pain?
Yeah, because, you know, I can dial it up. You know what I'm saying? It's not pain that somebody wrote for me. It's
Right.
pain that I wrote for myself and experienced for myself. So,
Gotcha.
you know, I'm able to go there. I'm able to tap in with somebody in the audience who might be going through it. I know that pain.
Right.
I promise you I do. And so I'm still able to grab energy from that and deliver it.
Awesome. All right, Tank, before we get out of here, anything you'd like to say to everyone?
Man, just stay in the fucking house.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, man. Exactly.
I'm hearing about parties being raided and also like, come on, man.
No.
I'm trying to get outside, bro. I'm trying to get back on stage. I'm trying to take my shirt off. Come on, man.
Hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon.
Absolutely. You be safe over there, man.
All right, man. You too. Thanks again for taking the time. Peace.
Yes, sir.